is a white day. Students interested in applying to Upward Bound, please stop by the guidance office today. Calling all college-bound Hilltoppers. Plymouth State University will be on campus today at 10 a.m. in Colby Conference Room. Please be sure to sign up for either visit on Naviance and to view all details. If you are scheduled to be in class during the time of the visit, please check in with your teacher before coming to the college visit. You are also required to return to class after the completion of the visit, and attendance is turned in to the main office. April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. The Introduction to Human Services class has been working with Umbrella's Prevention Advocate to bring this action campaign to campus. As stated in Umbrella's social media posts, quote, "These action campaigns have been created to end the cycle of silence and change the way society responds to sexual assault. The goal is to focus specifically on changing the response to survivors of sexual assault by expressing belief and support rather than doubt, shame, or blame. Your support and response is everything," end quote. Please join us by wearing teal as part of your dress code appropriate outfit to school as a sign of respect and support tomorrow, Tuesday, April 5th. Teal ribbons have also been provided to advisors for distribution as well. More action events and information will be announced throughout the month. Math Club will not meet this week. See you all next week for the final ASMA competition. No Science Olympiad today, April 4th. Science Olympiad will meet Tuesday and Wednesday this week. Happy belated birthday over the weekend to Anna Cassiari, Carson Cass, Grayson Cass, Tyler Deemer, Thea McDowell-Gilman, Emma Marcoux, Kevin Zhang, Brooke Haggett, Chandler Bennett, Carter Bunnell, Elizabeth LaFlamme, and Lucas Pukas. Happy birthday today to Sawyer Castle and Emma Greenan. Happy birthday. Have a great day.
Thank you, Ashley. Good morning, St. Johnsbury Academy. This morning, I'd like to build on my message from last Wednesday, in which I reminded you of our standards of behavior and your responsibility to take yourselves and your work here at St. Johnsbury Academy seriously. I'm going to continue to return to this topic, particularly over the coming weeks leading up to the April break. First, today, you will be able to return to the dining hall for lunch, if that is what you would wish to do. If you prefer to go back to your classroom, that's fine. There will still be go boxes for you to do that. We do need and want willing faculty to join us and staff to join us if you like, but again, that is your choice day by day. As we return to lunch, we've also been discussing returning to some of the pre-pandemic policies, including our phone policy. This policy was, so you know, that students may have phones at lunch, but need to stow them along with earbuds during class and passing times. I spoke last week about looking up and being aware of one another as we move around campus. This is what I meant. We want to see each other's faces. Let's have our chins up. Faculty members have suggested that it's probably too late this year to change this policy or to go back to that pre-pandemic policy. And I think that point of view is probably fair. But you should be aware, everyone who didn't know, that this was part of the culture of the school before we started making measures to make pandemic life more livable. And there's value in reclaiming those pieces of our culture that made us better. We're going to continue thinking about that, and I think there's value in you all talking and thinking about it in your advisories and other discussion spaces. But for now, please look up from your phones, maybe take those earbuds out so you can hear people and say thank you to Mrs. Valdez when you cross the street. So I'm very glad we're going to return together to lunch at last, and chapel will follow next week. But I'll admit, I have some wariness about returning to lunch, given the behaviors that I spoke about last week, and a general lack of maturity that we're seeing among many. I'm concerned that lunch in the dining hall could be chaotic and unruly. I'm excited for all of us to get back to social space at lunch. I know you are too, and enjoy each other's company more freely, but I very much hope that you'll make that space a safe and comfortable one for everyone. Let's use this as an opportunity to make one another proud. Older students, let's be aware that this is potentially a very scary prospect for some of our students who've never experienced it before. Remember what it was like when you were a new student going into the dining hall and getting your lunch and standing there outside and looking for a place to sit. It's daunting. So we'd like to count on you, seniors, juniors, to be role models today and going forward. And speaking of role models, we've lost another precious member of our community. Most of you know that last Thursday, Jillian Hegarty, class of 2020, passed away in Hartford, Connecticut, where she was attending Trinity College as a sophomore. She's the daughter of our beloved Buffy and Sean Hegarty. Buffy coordinates the academic office, and Sean is on our facilities team. Both are alumni. Jillian's death is a staggering shock. And coming after the loss of Jeremiah March a couple of weeks ago, it is overwhelming. I know that many of you knew and loved Jillian. And not only that, she was someone who many of you admired and sought to be like. She was involved in so many things. She was a dancer, a camp counselor at Camp Fun in the summer, someone that so many young people had the chance to look up to. She was a student leader. She was in student government. She was an athlete, a role model for all of her peers. She volunteered her time. She worked at the Kingdom table. She was warm and open and kind and brilliant. So here's what I want you to hear today as we mourn for Jillian and we keep her family in our hearts. I want you to hear and remember that what you're doing here is real. What you accomplish here, who you are here, matters. The person you are while you're here is important. St. Johnsbury Academy, the St. Johnsbury Academy that is worthy of Jillian Hegarty, is a place where you treat everyone with respect. You are kind, you are loving, you are grateful for the opportunities that you have. You make the most of them. Just getting back to lunch, just maybe putting your phones away may sound small and insignificant, but what have we learned in the last weeks, except that every single day is significant? Every time you decide to be thoughtful and kind, be respectful of your classmates and your teachers and colleagues, to be a good and admirable version of yourself, to honor the dress code, not make us chase you down. Every time you make the choice to help rather than disrupt, you're building something worthy. You're building a place where we can be grateful and proud to live. Those choices add up. Those habits become who you are. So you can start today. Seniors especially, I want to ask you to start today to make sure that you are the role models that your younger classmates will look up to. So I want to also ask those of you in the community, faculty, students, staff, anyone who has something that you would like to share about Jillian Hegarty, a story, a thought, or a message, please come to Fuller Hall at some point today when you have a free moment. We've put card stock, we've put paper and writing implements. I think there's even some chocolate and some colored pencils down here on the Fuller stage. Throughout the day, you should feel free to come and write a card to the Hegarty family to help them to remember their daughter. Please do it. Seeing their daughter through your eyes will be powerful and add to their stock of memories of her. Today, Fuller will also be a quiet space for reflection and pause, so please honor that as you go through the building. Take care, everybody, and I will see you at lunch.